Toby in Houston. Back to your phone calls. Hi, Toby. How are you?
How you doing, Jim?
Great.
Good, good. Hey, just getting back from the game in San Antonio. I used to live in San Antonio, and actually when Larry Brown was there, I was out at a workout club, finishing my workout, just got out of the shower, tying up my shoes, and guy comes up to the locker next to me, opens up the door, foot away from my face, drops his towel. I look over, there's a crank right in my face. Larry Brown.
Yeah, we're all better for that story, Toby. I frankly have nothing to add to that. Let's move on. I got a question. Where the hell am I supposed to go from there? Has anybody ever worked out at a local health club with Greg Popovich and turned and run into him? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he made it up. I don't really care. I will ask the question, why did you feel that it was necessary to share that with us? Anyway, I'm just going to pretend that never happened. Never happened. Good luck with that, though. Because I know it happened, and I'm having a hard time shaking it. Rick Wise. How can I even start another take after that? Anything that I even try is wasted after that. Hey, Stu, why don't you get that guy back on the phone so I can finish the conversation? Because it's not like I can talk about anything after that. Let's get the rest of that story. What have we talked about in this segment? This is a great jungle segment. We started off with emails about Marlon Brando's trough at Sizzler and somebody turning into Larry Brown's crank at a health club. There's a good segment. That's a segment that I'm proud of. Why can't they all go like that? I think that I should just break off right now, end the show, and ship this immediately to the Radio Hall of Fame, wherever that is. Because there will never be a better segment than that. Okay, I'm going to try it again. I don't know what scares me more, going to the emails or going back to the phones. I just know that I don't really have the stomach or the heart to muster up my own take. Basically, that call ruined my show for the rest of the day. I'll be honest with you. I've hosted countless thousands of these shows, countless tens of thousands of hours. I've taken thousands of telephone calls, probably hundreds of thousands of email. It's not often that you people can rattle me. Certainly not as badly as I am rattled right now after that call. I admit, you win. On that note, we go back to the phones. Yeah, I don't want to go back to the phones after that. How can I trust any of you ever again after that call? Do I really know what you're going to say? What, just because you told Jay Stu you were going to say something, does that mean I'm going to believe what's going to come out of your mouth? Yeah, I'm not quite ready to go back to the phones after that call. Let's try the email. Dear Jim, I hate it when I glance over and I find a crank in my face. Signed, Guest of the Neverland Ranch. See, this is what I mean. You cannot, you can't send that email, and most of all, Travis, you can't send that over to my studio. Dear Jim, when you call crank in the face, I call Saturday night. Richard Simmons. All right, look. I don't know about the rest of you. Let me ask you a question. Do you like having me on the radio? Do you like knowing that at least for 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, an hour out of the day, 15 minutes out of the day, you can come here and find me? If you like that and you respect that and you appreciate that, you will stop sending me what you call a crank in the face, I call Saturday Night Richard Simmons emails. Because I don't think they're going to let me stay on much longer if I read that garbage. Keep it to yourself. This email just says, what the hell was that? Luis in Oakland. Luis, I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't know the answer. Stop trying to ruin my talk show. I'm not going to risk it. Now that I can't trust either the emailers or the phone calls, I'm not even going to risk it. I'm just going to get the hell out of this segment, take a break, talk and walk around the floor, regroup, gather myself, and try to put this nightmare behind me. Dear Rome. What? Signed Monica Lewinsky. Badly rattled and in Los Angeles, I am Jim Rome. Adam, in London, Ontario. You're first up, Adam. How are you?
Good, Romy. How you doing?
I'm great.
Good. Hey, let's touch on Randy Moss for a minute, buddy. Up here in Canada, we still miss our game, and we do hope for it to come back. You don't see that happen in the hockey games at all. Somebody does a celebration like that, and F shifts out, they're checking for chicklets, wondering what hit them. Maybe somebody on the Green Bay Packers should have let Randy know what they thought of him rubbing his ass on the goal post. One more note, Romy. My guess is Randy is the same name for Jackass, a.k.a. Look at Me. You know, up here in Canada, Romy, we do it doggy style, so we can both watch the hockey game.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear what he just said. I am going to pretend that I did not hear what that guy just said. Unfortunately, I did. And I'm not going to repeat what he just said. There's no place for that kind of statement on this show, and saying something like that on this show is going to get you run. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you calling. And clearly you were just smart enough to get through Jay Stu, but not smart enough to finish your phone call. I don't need to know, nor do I even want to know, what you do or how you do it so you can both watch the hockey game. Thanks for nothing. If I let that through, you can only imagine what that would inspire. Thank you for nothing. I mean, there's no way that guy just said that, right? All right, we're going to come right back. Stay tuned. Yeah, how about that? All right, I'm going to get out as much information to you as I can, get you a few emails, and boy, it sure is important to get the callers involved. Why? So some guy from Canada can call me up to say that he and his wife do it doggy style so they can both watch the hockey game. Glad I rushed to get to that telephone call. Thanks for that, Stu. Thanks for that, Canada. Let's go to the D. Tommy, in Detroit, you're in. Hi, Tommy, how are you?
Hey, Penn, thanks for giving the rook his first at bat.
You got it.
Hypothetically speaking, if Baroid was in the forest, surrounded by 1,000 Jones-flavored Kool-Aid drinking apologistic myopians, and he dropped his drawers and jammed his beef needle in his ass, did he really do it? Hey, Philly, being relatively new to the jungle, let me be the first to properly introduce you to a bunch of baby kitten-murdering front porch builders, or the state of Wisconsin. Now, their state abbreviation is WI, and it stands for We're Inbred. Their football team, the Packers, represents the only job the population's qualified for, and that's wrapping things and then putting them in boxes. Their basketball team, the Bucks, represents the population's two front teeth, and their baseball team, the Brewers, represents that legendary award-winning lager, or urine water, known as Milwaukee's Best, and it washes filet of feline very smoothly down that gap in their grill. Hey, memo to Freddie Mitchell. I'm a spokesman for Roger Ross Perot, and he told me to inform you that the giant sucking sound you hear is you as a wide receiver and your no-talent hands getting vacuumed over to Europe in order for you to get a job playing football. Recently, some dude from Chapel Hill called in and brought up the fact that under no circumstance would Michigan fan ever root for Ohio State. Well, I'm here to give you a little example of why he was right. Memo to the hookers and whores in C-Bus, or the women of Columbus.
You know, I was waiting to see if he would give me one more, and he did. But man, you're a rook, and some of that was good, but that was just one too many. I mean, I just don't know if those are ers, or you're going like a seal, or if those are transitions. I don't know what you were doing with that. I thought it was a very throaty, hoarse but it sounded more like a seal or a walrus. Whatever it is, we had a few too many. But he just wanted to lay out there. Mostly that was a crack back on Wisconsin. I gotta hear that sound again. I don't want to do it again because that's not good for my pipe, but I'd like to hear that sound again exactly. This is an actual jungle listener. Yeah, I've seen and heard the clones do a lot of crazy and whack things over the years, but I've never heard a clone make this noise before. Again, I gotta ask, what is that? Is that an Is that a transition? Is that a point of emphasis? Are you choking to death on a ham sandwich? I mean, what is that? I mean, I heard like 5 of them over the course of one telephone call, and I'm not sure to this moment exactly what you were doing with that. I just know that I've never heard a jungle caller ever make a sound quite like this one before. When did walruses start calling my show? I don't know if that's the noise Mama Cass made when she couldn't get that sandwich down. I don't know that anybody has ever made that sound before. So no, I really don't know what it was. I just know that for his health and for the health of the show, I had to break him off at that point so he wouldn't do it anymore. Weird. Really weird. What's more weird than this? Wow. The funny thing was, he wanted to get into the smack-off on the strength of his call. You know, if the guy did it for 4 straight minutes, he might win the smack-off. I hate to interrupt that, but Tom Zibikowski is going to join us next, so that's the end of that. All right, we are coming right back. In Los Angeles, I am Jim Rome, and this is wrong.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
I guess the walrus bit crashed the email server for some reason. It may have replaced the laugh. The laugh was good, but I'm not sure it can touch this. I mean, what kind of a sound is that? What was the point of that? Is that an or an or? Thanks to Tom Zibikowski and this guy. Next segment, a huge call that may or may not involve this. Stay tuned, we're coming right back. Hey, bro, give me the break.
You're listening to The Jim Rome.
Tom Zibikowski in Notre Dame. I'll be checking that out. I'm curious. Got some emails to read. Jim, you are killing me. Please give that seal a ball to bounce on its nose because its barking is about to get me fired for laughing so much. If I'd been drinking, I would have ruined my keyboard. More animal noises in your takes, Jeremy and Austin. Dear Jim, stop it. You are freaking killing me. That walrus sound has now topped Jim and Fall River's donkey and the laugh. Dear Rome, stop it with the or sound already. I can't stop laughing, and my coworkers are all looking at me funny. Dave in Cincinnati. He's coined it the orf. Rome, stop with that already. You had me in freaking tears at my desk, and I was literally shaking trying to hold in the laughter as my bosses convened at my desk to figure out what the hell is wrong with me. Thanks, Rome. Dear Jim, please stop with the seal sounds. I can't stop laughing. I'm on vehicle patrol, and if I wreck another police car, they're going to put me on foot patrol. Jeffrey in San Antonio. Please, God, stop playing that dying walrus. Jeez, I'm crying. Matt. Dear Jim, now I am no longer the most disturbing noise in the jungle, signed The Laugh. Hey, Rome, that I mean bark, that guy produced sounds like a St. Bernard searching for somebody caught in an avalanche. Just run it on a loop and see for yourself. I don't know what a St. Bernard searching for somebody lost in an avalanche sounds like. I just know that nobody should sound like that, and that that's wrong. That's not cool. He did it like 5 times. That can't be good for your voice. I've done this show a long time, and never heard a sound like that. That should get him in the smack off alone. You should not be able to do this, or that, or this, or that, or this. Stop. It's wrong. Wow.